army was successful because they had the more stabby small blade, and some of their other enemies were worse because they had the larger blade, because this is better for stabbing and that was better for slashing. Not exactly sure. I'm getting into that. Now, yes, something like this is better for slashing, but you can still stab with it. The problem becomes is that you use this when you're used to being in the mud and the blood by yourself. Or if you're just in a battlefield, you're just enormously coming at people, you have your shield up and whatnot. I don't own any shields. I have a fake ass shield. I just don't. You're, like a book or something. So it's, you can go there and there. The other problem, of course, is the reason why the Romans used more of a simple block, stab, push, stab, downward, strike, up, strike, sideward, strike. It's the way their formation was. See, I can't really go too far back for a cut because there's somebody standing right next to me on this, the left and the right, and I can't really do an overhead too well because there's someone behind me, and I don't want to, even if I hit their shield, I'm throwing them off. My whole thing is to protect them as they protect me. If something comes here, I can stop there, and they can stop there, and whatnot. And they have the people behind them to hold their shields above, so when arrows come. So stabbing is better because there's only so much you can do. I mean, you can maybe do that one move that you talk about like that, to make sure how real that is, and you can do an overstab or something, but there's not really a lot of slicing room. So yes. Oh, that was lovely. So there's not really room for that. And yeah, I know the person who posted that, they usually know what they're talking about, so they know this. I'm sure they were just trying to make a point. Anyway, in a way, they're right, because, yeah, there's a little bit of friction. Fuck it, it's just a cardboard box, but fuck it, So yes, the Roman army are using their thing to block, stab, up, stab, down, stab, push, stab. You can kind of cut, but again, you don't want to move your shield too far, you don't want to do any fantasy shit. But I'm not going back for strike, not because a stab is more effective. I mean, yes, a stab can be effective, and it'll go in deeper, but I can do cuts in certain places. If I get a nice slash right on that neck, you're done. I could stab it and still make you done, but, you're just as done. There's an artery in the leg you can cut. Stab in here, cut. There's all sorts of cuts. I can take that arm. There's a vein right here. I hit that, boom. Your arm's gone. You hit that one big vein, that arm is useless. Chop off parts and whatnot. But yeah, the reason they have that short sword they're doing with that is because they have the big shield. Stab, push up, under stab, push down, over stab, push to the side stab. Shit like that. Or their buddies holding a shield up there to protect. They're not stabbing anything because they're behind. Anyway, because there's just not enough room for it. So yeah, the reason that they have this shorter weapon, and yes, I know that Ninjatsu is not an actual sword. And I don't really know if the Roman sword was made to cut or not. I mean, it looks like it has a blade on the side. I don't think it was just the side. So I'm considering it has a blade on the side. But I'm trying to keep my shield to protect myself and the person next to me a little bit, as he's doing the same, and the guy behind me. So I can't really go for a good shot. I might be able to do that shit, or that shit maybe. But again, I can't go more than here, or I'm hitting the guy's shield next to me, or him, or her. And that's not really useful. So yeah, that's why I would have this particular sword about this length, because of what you're working with. And the enemies are probably using a rounder, smaller shield, because again, they're not using that great tactic. At most, they're using what would become known as the pincer movement that Shaka Zulu, they're already mentioned there too. Again, I respect the person who said that. It's just, well, yeah, because I'm going to cut, but a cut can be just as deadly as a stab. The belief system that a cut and a stab cannot kill too. If you don't hit a vital organ or something, or if you don't bleed out to the point of death, then you're still just going to go and you're going to be stabbed and it's going to fucking suck, but you can still survive. But yeah, there's only so much room I've got for this. So that's why a stab more effective than a cut. Because again, I'm coming in close. That's why you have the samurai doing it the way they did with their shields and their bows and shit side by side. But their sword people, when they go down to the sword, because they've already got other weapons, they're usually like this was kind of their third choice. Before they have the arrows and they have the Yuga Yagi or something. Anyway, you know, the big spear thing. But yeah, this isn't. But the smaller weapon isn't just because of its more threatening kill, kill, kill thing. It's because I don't have the room. So, and when they're trying to charge that thing, if they're going in a bunch of them and trying to formationalize, then yeah, they're going to have to figure out how to stab really quick and whatnot. And they've also got axes and whatnot. But again, yeah, same problem. With the short sword, I've got more maneuver. I can slice this if I want, but I am better off just protecting against you, protecting myself, protecting the person next to me. Up, down, side. I guess you can do that, but I wouldn't recommend it, and they probably wouldn't either. Because again, yeah. The same thing can be done with an axe. But again, I'm trying to keep... Yeah, you see the problem there. Unless I've got something that's got like enough of a point on this part to stab you with, it's harder to utilize because, and yeah, I'm not going to move my arm like in the movies and shit, because that would be really stupid, just a little bit, but still, again, I move too far this way, or that way, I've hit the guy next to me, overall, and that sucks, not good tactics.